Hi everyone, welcome to this reading. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today I'm going to tune into this full moon in Virgo energy that's coming up on February 24th. So that's this coming Saturday while I'm recording this. And I really felt guided to do a reading about this specific moon and this energy that's coming up. And this card just also keeps on popping out of the deck every time I pick it up. And it says, what do you need to release? Now, full moon is all about releasing and, letting go and opening up space for the new. And the new moon is all about setting intentions for what you want to, take its place, basically. But I feel overall when it comes to this Virgo moon energy, it's looking deeper at what is disorganized. What are the points where you either feel uncertain about, or things that brings you off balance, or what isn't in harmony, and how can we sort of either reorganize it, restructure it to feel a little bit more at peace and more like a more sense of security around those areas in our life. And I feel this full moon in Virgo, yes, is already building up the moment the moon moves into Cancer, and that's actually in a couple of hours. I've been channeling this for the weekly energy check-in for the Patreons. I'll leave the link to my Patreon in the comment section below if you really do want to listen to that, because I'm going deeper into it over there. All of that aside, I'm going to tune in. I'm gonna start off with Aries. I'll leave the timestamps below so you can click ahead. I would advise to listen to your rising sign and your moon sign, and not only just your sun sign, unless those signs are the same, because that's possible as well. My sun and my rising are also just Cancer, but it would be advised to just open up to multiple angles of these messages, because I feel like it applies on different levels. So that's it. Let's jump in to this full moon in Virgo energy. All right, Aries, let's begin. Let's see what is coming out for you during this full moon. I'm first gonna get some cards, and then we're gonna jump into the rest. All right, what's coming through for Aries during this full moon in Virgo? We have luck is on your side. New moon in Sagittarius energy. Luck is on your side. And what I love about this full moon energy for you guys, if you have a rising sign in Aries, this full moon is connected to your 6th house. So that's the house of health and service, and it is actually in the zodiac sign, real. It is actually the house of Virgo. So I feel like as a form of amplifying the energy for you guys, and a lot of the 5th house energy. So lucky shots, lucky changes, probably getting opportunities. For example, if there's something that's giving away, you have a higher chance of actually being the one who's chosen, being the one who's picked. Let's say that the spotlight is on you in a different way, Aries. So it's an energy of how can you also put yourself first, and how can you make certain things that may have not been a priority for you, how can you more of make that basically a priority. And what are your needs, what is necessary for you to feel that level of peace and a level of security and a level of safety around either your your emotions and the things that make you happy and bring you joy, but also when it comes to really the practical side of things. Maybe you've been putting off buying a new bed, for example, or a new mattress or a new pillow, when often it's the last thing that we really want to invest money into, because there's all these other 100 things that kind of need our attention and stuff. But it's a form of investment. If you do get a good night of sleep and your body is supported in the right ways, and your muscles are also supported in the right ways, it can actually give you better quality of sleep, with therefore gives you actually more energy to do those things, either help other people out or show up at work in a different way, or actually create that other things in your life where that by itself also brings about more peace and more stability and more safety and things like that. So luck is on your side. So if you have been having certain things that you wanted to do, you've kind of been put on the back burner, you don't really know if it's a good timing, I feel this is a really good timing. If it has to do with actually you building up security and you bringing more peace into your world, it's a good time to invest into that, because luck is on your side when it comes to that. Let me get some tarot out for Aries as well. I'm gonna do this a little bit differently because before I know it, I have like 20 cards on the table. So I'm just quickly, can I get some messages for Aries? What's like some of the main messages that want to come true for this full moon in Virgo energy? We have the Justice coming true, the Knight of Wands, the Death card, the Queen of Cups, and the Hermit. Wow, beautiful. So what are the things that I feel like letting go of control a little bit? Like, what are the things that maybe you felt that you had to like keep your eye on and know, but it has to be like justified and things like that? I feel I'm hearing like pick your battles wisely. Not everything, you know, you need to like show up for and do all of this work for in order for it to work out, and be conscious about where you put your energy. I think that by itself also will help you choose wisely, you know. When it comes to like the Death card, the Queen of Cups, and the Hermit, like you really are putting your emotional well-being on like a higher standpoint. You really are taking that time to look closer, to look deeper, to know where maybe you have like a lot of energy leaks. So some of us, it's really just as simple as getting lost in way too many reels or way too many like TikTok videos, and it's just absorbing all our attention, all our energy, and it's leaving us drained and really overwhelmed, and therefore it's taking something from us but not necessarily giving us anything back in return. And becoming aware of like where are those energy leaks for you, and where you can take back your personal power, where you don't feel like you're so emotionally overwhelmed or emotionally drained, where I actually feel like, no, my cup is being filled up, my cup is actually full. So I'm sensing a transformation and transition in that area in your life. You're focusing on what brings you joy on a different level. What is more important to you? And I'm sensing a change with that. Can I get one more card about the outcome energy? Beautiful. Wow, look at that. You have the King of Wands, Aries. You're definitely feeling a lot more empowered. You move from the Knight into the King. So you're making moves and you're making steps, and luck is on your side. So something is going to come about this week that helps you out in this area of your life. Brings that clarity, brings that that ability to make stuff happen. I love that. All right, that's the message that I have for Aries. I hope that is helpful. I'm going to move on to Taurus now. All right, Taurus, let's see what this full moon in Virgo has for you guys. All right, I'm first gonna shuffle one of these cards for you. Taurus, what's coming through for Taurus? Coming through for Taurus. It is full moon in Virgo. There we go. You have conclusions are within reach. Conclusions are within reach. Very powerful. You have the full moon eclipse. Wow. You have the full moon eclipse is happening on March 25th, and that's actually the next full moon that we have in Libra, and therefore that is connecting for you to your 6th house. So now you have a 5th house energy, and you're moving into, I feel like there might have you might still be, and there's still be a little bit of energy of like the Nine of Swords, and it's like, oh, I just, you know, I know I just gotta push through, I know I just gotta hold my head up, I know I just like one more week or 2 more weeks, I know, but damn, like I feel it, like damn, I, you know, I wish that it could just speed up, or I wish that I didn't have to deal with this, or I wish that it would be done and it's over with, and like I, you know, like that's an end feeling. Some of you are like really working on your internal journey, like really on your healing, and having insights, or maybe have like a deeper level of type of therapy and stuff like that, and it kind of just brings about things first before it actually gets a lot better. But you are definitely, you know, the saying like conclusion is within reach. You are working your way towards something. This has purpose. This is definitely bringing you into a new space emotionally, like you're making space for all these good energies and these good feelings to come in. You know, when we live with a closed heart chakra, and I really felt guided to like wear a lot of green, and even have like my green you know, stone on, and it's just like it's that heart chakra energy. You know, it's like when we live with a closed heart, yes, it's a lot harder to actually end up being disappointed or hurt, because, you know, we are not as emotionally invested into things, but it also is just keeping us from actually, when something good is happening, when something beautiful is taking place, to feel it on that level. So it's like reopening a part of yourself where things can stream, energy can stream, love can stream, and things are like coming back to you just as much as you're sending it out. And I feel like just a little bit more, and you will feel so much lighter, so much better. I feel like things are, you finally are ready to really leave stuff behind you. What else, Taurus? What else for Taurus? There we go. Beautiful. You have the Ace of Cups and the Temperance energy. So yeah, that's once again like you are doing the work. You are definitely doing the work. It's not easy, but you already are so far, so much further ahead than where you begin. And it's just beautiful overall. It's really like if you invest in yourself, it has to do with your voice as well, because my throat chakra is like really closing up. Some of you, it's expressing yourself, having the conversations that are tough but you need for your healing. For some of you, it really is like investing into your voice. So I don't know if you like have speaking lessons or singing classes or something that you're investing into, things that have to do with the throat chakra. Something like that is also coming in, and it's showing that you're going to benefit greatly from pouring into your own cup. What is up with this throat chakra? Whew. Let me just shuffle for a little bit, get out of that energy. Okay. What is up with that? I'm just intuitive picking up the cards because I can't make these readings too long. You have the Seven of Swords. What is in the middle of this? The Lovers. Of course it is. You really are I'm gonna get, yes, thank you, I needed that card, Page of Cups. Yeah, okay, so Taurus, basically what I'm getting with this is that also like you're making decisions not to like hold back anymore, and it has to do with like allowing, maybe one time, you know, person has had a certain opinion about you or a certain, you know, way of treating you, and therefore told you a story of your self-worth. And I feel like you're reclaiming that power back. You're like you're reorganizing that within yourself. It's like, hey, I'm feeling this way, but that's actually not because this is the truth. It's just that the truth that I've adapted to or adopted basically and took on as truth. And you're ready to like reorganize and reform certain ways of like, in a playful way almost, you know, reorganizing those things. And that's also really advice, like for when it comes to like if you want long-term change and evolution and commitments and things like that, what is important is that you're not coming from a place of I'm too much if I show all of this. I'm too much. I feel like there's something that you feel like it might be too much, and so you minimalize things. But that is not what is you're being guided to do when it comes to like if you really want something to be long term and be real. It's about embracing all of you, you know, and actually showing up as all of you. And the right person will, you know, embrace that. And so therefore you embrace yourself in a new way just as much. Look at that. There's the Empress. The Empress is not too much. Sees everything and more, you know. Okay, Taurus, let me get an outcome card for you. An extra outcome card, please. Oh, this one's sticking in my hand. Wow. Ace of Pentacles with someone who has future focus like you. I love this, Taurus. Okay. Okay, so an offer may come in a saying, like an offer in a form of a solution of her coming like, okay, there you are, you know, conclusions are within reach. And also just as much like conclusions, like, you know, seeing for things for what they are and seeing for ways, you know, and opportunities for what they are just as much. This turnaround, a turn of events comes in the form of a offer, of a pentacle. So that's something tangible because you are showing up as the Queen of Pentacles. Man of my money and money in my mind. Ooh, okay, wow, it split right on the 10 of Pentacles. Of course it did, with the 2 of Wands once again. So that is your message. Please check out your other placements as well. Thank you so much, Taurus. Have a beautiful full moon in Virgo, and I'll be back soon with something, you know, for you guys, you know, on the channel. Okay. All right. Thank you, Taurus. Bye. All right. On to the next one. On to the next one, my Geminis. Ooh, Geminis, I missed you guys. It's gonna start like smirking just a little bit. What do you got up your sleeve, Geminis? What's going on? What's going on? Okay, let me see. Let me get some messages for Geminis. Some playful energy around. Ooh, okay, we have a jumper. It is the adjustments, what a word, are required. And then you have here, win-win outcome is forecast. Beautiful. A win-win outcome is forecast for the full moon in Libra, which is actually the lunar eclipse on March 25th. That's the next full moon after this one in Virgo. So you are definitely, from now on, like this Virgo moon is activating, you know, right up until March 25th. You're going to see more equality in win-win situations. So you gain something, the other person gains something, your mind gains something, your soul gains something. It's like things are balanced with this full moon in Libra energy is what I'm getting. I don't know, some of you, we may... I'm just... All of a sudden I smelled food, like good food. Like, I don't know if you've been investing into... you know, your health in a new way, and you're just trying to sort of have like really good smelling and good tasting food, but also healthy. So you're like, you know, you're serving your taste buds, but you're also serving like, you know, your physical overall health. Is finding a balance between things. How can you like serve that but also that? And you don't, it doesn't have to be either or. That's what they're saying with the adjustments. Maybe you felt like, you know, dieting and stuff like that kind of is all about taking the fun out of it. But the first moment I start tuning into your energy, Gemini, I kind of feel like, ooh, let's be playful about it. Let's just be playful about it. Look at that, the Page of Cups comes out. Ooh, what's going on? Let me just calm down my energy for a little bit. Oh, someone is being a little flirtatious. Okay, all right. What else for Geminis? Wow. You have the Nine of Cups. Who's showing up? Beautiful. Wow, with the Ten of Pentacles. Oh my God. Three of Cups, Page of Pentacles, and the Queen of Wands energy. Now this is some energy. I feel like I'm doing a reading for like a month for you guys, like right up until the end of March. But overall, what I'm seeing is that there is this beautiful energy of alignment happening for you guys. There's just this feeling of empowerment. This is a feeling of finding the right balance between being a strong, beautiful individual, independent person, but also finding a form of connection into being able to allow people to show up for you, allow people to help you, allow people to show your vulnerability, to show the things that you know you could use help in, and allowing them to connect to you in that way, instead of feeling less capable just because you're allowing someone else to show you love through an act of kindness, an act of help, an act of service for you. It's finding the balance in that, because I'm sensing as well as like, you know, some of you are maybe like mothers or parents, and you sometimes may have a hard time with actually getting yourself like a babysitter, or leaving your children with, you know, some family where they maybe have like a great weekend and they have like a great time as well, get out of their own routine for a little bit, and then you just have a you weekend. And some of you may have like a hard time with finding the right energy around that, where you can actually also enjoy that time, not feeling like you're you know, you're just being, I don't want to call the word selfish, but in the sense of that you might feel a little bit guilty about, here I am just having fun, and I'm, you know, having someone else be responsible for my children while I'm creating this space for myself. But understanding that even when it's just little things where it adds maybe a little bit of joy or flirtiness, or it can enlighten this energy within you, everyone around you can only benefit from that. And understanding the balance in that with the Queen of Wands as well. It's not about finally reaching like the throne and like appearing to be perfect and got everything figured out. No, this is about understanding that you don't have to be perfect in order to be an example, or you don't have to have a perfect history in order to be a good leader or be an inspiration. It's all about embracing your strong sides and the sides where, you know, you might need some help or you're not perfect. It's not about being perfection. It's about really embracing your imperfections and therefore your truth and your being in a new level. Can I get another outcome card for Geminis, please, for this full moon in Virgo? Thank you. Ooh, you have the Wheel of Fortune coming out, which is jumping right on the Nine of Cups. So you're getting a yes, okay? There's a yes in the energy for you. Very strong yes, which brings about and brings with it emotionally contentment and fulfillment. There's this, but there's also really a practical side to it. So something like that is really popping up for you between now and the next full moon. I really needed to put it that way for you guys. All right, so that is the message I'm getting for you, Gemini. I hope that was helpful. Please check out your other placements as well. If that's all the same, then thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate you, and I'll be back on my channel with some content for Geminis, you know, soon. Moving on to Cancers. How are you doing, Cancers? Thank you so much for taking time to tune in. How are you doing? It's been a while since we had a one-on-one, you know, for a moment. All right, Cancer. This full moon is connecting to a third house energy. So there might be some forms of communication that is coming through that you rather would have waited with for just a little bit longer. I'm getting a lot of cards from this deck for you, but that's okay. I'm just gonna lay them out. You have the same card as Gemini. The win-win outcome is forecast. It says emotions are running high, the energy is gaining momentum, and the answers you need is coming. Okay, Cancers. We are dealing with our, first and foremost, like our own moon, okay, our own moon energy. The moon is moving into our signs in a few hours. Of the week is already kind of, you know, bringing about some of these feelings, and some of these insights, and it starts very internally. But I feel like the more this energy is like gaining momentum, like they're saying, the less you can like sort of hold back. Like a thing that you can really do well is like go inside your shell, go, you know, like the Virgo, like go in the hermit mode, figure it out, work your way through it. And if you do end up needing to like express something after that processing, then you can, you know, you have a great ability to actually communicate it then from that space. I just feel like you don't really get the time to really retreat and normally the way that you would want to, or that you feel guided to, need to. So it's because it's quick. It's you're on the phone with someone, you're like la di da di da 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 da, all is good, and all of a sudden whoosh, there's this switch, and then you have to kind of sort of deal with it. The instant intention is, you know, your emotions are like, wait, you know, caught off guard. When you get caught off guard as a Cancer, sometimes it's really hard to see straight. It's like almost like you see the ocean in the distance, and all of a sudden you're in the middle of the ocean, and you're both. You're an ocean creature, but you're just as much a land crab, you know? It's about understanding the knowing of when and being able to have a easy transition. I feel when it comes to your emotions this week, it's hard to really see things coming, yet you're more than capable of navigating through it. And actually, like they're saying with the full moon and Gemini energy, you really are going to get the answers that you need. I feel for some of you, you have emotionally been stagnant in certain areas in your life. You know the feeling. You can sometimes have some clarity around the feeling, but in order to really have the practical plan and the steps and being ready to make the changes and do all of that, making it so, that hasn't really been the case. It just hasn't been supported energetically. It just has not really been supported to really be like, okay, you know what, I am done, I'm moving away, I'm feeling good about that. Of course I'm gonna deal with the aftermath, but I'm ready for that. I'm ready for that work. I'm ready to make that shift. I'm ready to get on my chariot and move along. I feel like there's just been something that's been holding the chariot in its stable. I don't know. That's what I heard. I was like, that's weird. It's like, yes, it's there. You can get on the chariot, but the chariot isn't moving. And I feel like this is one of those weeks where if you trust your own navigation system through your own emotions and through what you're feeling, and it's are giving yourself the space that without needing to jump in, and allowing the waves of these feelings and these emotions to sort of carry you to this conclusion onto, you know, the island you were supposed to be brought up on, you're going to be very grateful that you get the answers that you needed. Even though it might come with like a little bit of a, you know, like getting a taxi from your hotel to like the airport. It's like, and you get one of those taxi drivers, you're like, how are you still alive? You know, have you ever been in a taxi? Or you were like, how is this even possible? How have you still, like, how are you even still alive? How am I still alive? How am I even like, how are we even still on the way to this airport after the shit that you've just pulled 3 times within the last 2 minutes? You know, that feeling, right? But then you do get in the airport and you get your stuff and all is well. It's a rough ride, but it gets you where you need to go. And that's a little bit what I feel right now. Okay, let me get up some cards. We can handle this, Cancer, because I can sense like it just gonna take a couple more months before we're moving towards definitely the star. And by the time our season comes around, we probably won't even really recognize ourselves in a really good way, because I feel like we're going through this transformation and this emotional growth that we've been working on. Look at that. And it's also no longer really fun with the finances. I'm sorry, and I have to put it that way, but it's not. Because you're cracking some codes around why is it so that my finances are constantly affected or limited to a certain thing, and then I'm going up, and then something happens which put it put it back on the back burner or something like that. I really am sensing that your money energy is like completely different, and also your material world, you're manifesting things from a new emotional state, from a new emotional place. That's what I'm feeling. You're navigating through things differently, and therefore it's constantly benefiting. It's like when you do the inner work, you constantly see the benefits on the outside. And so if you have the handle on that, what you build is just, you know, it's a lot. Like you're like, well, damn. You know, in a way you're gonna be able to also just be helpful. I feel like all of the hard times that you guys have been through, and I know we don't really like looking back on it because we're already moved on, but we've been through a lot of shit, Cancer. Like, even though, you know, I know you can, like, you know, you're going and you're healing and you get the positive sides from it as well, and you get the growth and you understand the journey, but it doesn't mean that sometimes, like, it's okay to admit that it's a lot. It's been a lot. And it doesn't need to make us passive or feel like, you know, therefore we're, you know, not lucky or that's not capable of change. Yes, we are, and yes, it is. But understanding that it has purpose and starting to finally get into that space, into that phase where you're like, oh, now I see. I see. It was definitely benefiting me, even though you didn't feel like that. But look, with the Four of Swords, it's like understanding the natural levels, like your natural energy levels, honoring your body, honoring your being and who you are and what you were created to be. And you don't need to be a Capricorn or a you know, an Aries or a Leo. Like, you are designed the way you are. You have the softness and the hard shell and the capability of being both in the water and outside of the water, and just, you know, just to transform through all of that, and understanding that certain things that the world may have made you feel that is like the thing that's holding you back actually is the thing that makes you you. And appreciating yourself and your abilities and your gifts, instead of feeling like the world keeps on telling you that that's the thing that you know, it's not a good thing to have that, but it is. Three of Cups. Instead of sharing your coins, you're going to also share some of your emotional space with people. That's good. You have the Eight of Pentacles and the Magician. You will feel a lot better when you show up because you want to, and not because that side of you is telling that you have to. It's such a new world where Cancers are surrounded by very capable people who are not emotionally in any way, form, or shape depending on them. They're just inviting them. Where it is not from one crisis into the other crisis, and therefore that shows your loyalty and your ability. There is no need for that, but it's welcome. You know, it's welcome. Okay, you are definitely manifesting from a new space, Cancers. I love this. I wanted this energy for Cancers. Page of Cups. Okay, well, we gotta talk to our sisters, the Gemini sisters. We have Gemini in chart, your cusp. You know, they will teach us how to handle this. The flirtatious energy. You can take a break by just, you know, doing something fun, doing something new. Between now and the next full moon, go do something you've never done before. Go do something that maybe you used to do when you were a child. You know, something like that will reawakening some of the energy, and actually also is taking a break. You don't have to like lay in bed and like, you know, not do anything and not move and eat chips and eat a, you know, and watch a movie. I mean, you can do that, but sometimes it's just by taking a break of like, I'm going to do something because I feel like doing it, not because I have to, or I promise someone, or it's their birthday, or it's this or that reason, or for that reason. It's just simple reason that you just want to try something different. You just want to do something because it's fun, and it's therefore translate into taking a break. One more outcome card for Cancers, please. One more outcome card for Cancers. The Hanged One. Oh, and we also had a flip over with the Ace of Pentacles. You're going to look at, beautiful, look at that. You are definitely looking at your manifestations around money and how much that is emotionally and spiritually connected in your life. A lot more than than you might think. Becoming aware of limiting beliefs and really working on that, really doing that inner work around it, is going to bring you the monies. Not only money, this is also an offer, there's also stability, there's also about tangible things. So growth and seeing results and having those answers coming and understanding what you need to do and having another stepping stone appear in front of you and taking that step, having your chariot, out of the stable and being able to move and no longer it doesn't mean it doesn't mean that you don't have to put in a work, of course, but now your work actually has it's going to benefit because it's capable of actually constructively bringing about the changes that you want. So understand that even though you might feel like, I just can't, it holds purpose and you can definitely, and it is reaching a conclusion. The answers you need are coming and the energy is gaining the momentum that you need in order to have those breakthroughs. Very powerful. Love this, Cancer. All right, I hope that was helpful. Please check out your other placements. If Cancer is all your placements, then thank you so much for tuning in on the last one you wanted to check. Thank you so much, and I'll be back for the Cancer Collective soon. I love you. Mwah. Have a beautiful full moon week ahead. Bye, Cancer. Let's move on to Leos. Leos. How you doing? How you doing? Let me see what is coming through for the Leo collective for this full moon in, oh, that was quick, in Virgo. I cannot, this card will not leave me alone. I'm gonna take this card, but I'm definitely gonna reshuffle because this card is constantly coming out. It came out for Gemini, came out for Cancer, now it's coming out for you. Like, what is this energy? A win-win outcome is forecast. Well, it's a good card to get. That's for sure. All right. Leo, second house energy for you, for Virgo. So what else coming out for my Leos? There we go. It says, do not let your past hold you back. Do not let your past hold you back. Do not let your past hold you back. Interesting. So there might be some old fears, old hurt, old confusion popping back up for you. Not in a physical form, but maybe emotionally. There might be some old feelings that arise with this moon energy. You're like, I thought I was over this. It's not something that's going to stick around a long time. It's just here to show you how much you've grown, how much you can have more control about taking those 10 seconds, counting to 10, take a couple deep breaths, understanding that it's natural to feel a certain way, but also you don't have to react to something that shows up. You can just allow it to be as is, observe it from a higher perspective. That's what I'm feeling. You don't have to jump just because then opportunity arises for you to jump. That's just something I'm feeling. We don't have to overcommit either. That's what I'm feeling, Leos. I know that sounds weird, but it is more second house energy. So I'm speaking more about when it comes to like your profession or something. We don't have to just pick one thing. We can be multiple things. You're a very multiple faceted person, There are many things that Leos are very good at, but also naturally have a talent for and a love and and passion for. And so don't limit yourself with thinking that it's a one size fits all type of thing. It's like you could be, for example, a musician, that also loves to write, for example, poetry, but also loves to do speaking, like spoken word, and but also just loves to create like music and actually sell that and have other people like use that music. But then you can also really have a love for gardening and be really good at that, and then actually win a competition because you had the biggest sunflower this year. There's multiple things you can speak. You can stay silent. Okay, you can use your voice and give your voice a rest. Because my throat chakra is like out there. They're like, okay. I'm looking at multiple streams of income is what I'm feeling for you guys. So let's just have a look. Let's just see what's next for my Leos. What's this full moon trying to tell Leos? You have the Two of Pentacles. That's exactly multiple comes of interest, multiple things to do, multiple things to focus on. Good. Good. Okay. What is this trying to show? Knight of Swords with the Six of Pentacles. Interesting. I'm gonna get a couple more cards. Interesting. Yep. Two of Cups and the Six of Swords. It's trying to find the way of how can we like finding harmony in multiple areas of your life. Sometimes it's really hard to have like a super successful like new relationship and getting to know someone and all of that, but then also still being able to focus just as much as on your work goals or on your your career and the things you set there. And it's like sometimes it's really hard to navigate all the things at the same time. So that's a little bit something that I'm feeling. I feel that it's okay to invest a little bit more here and then invest a little bit more there. You see, she's holding up two things at the same time, but not one of the, like both things are up at the same time. It's about now a little bit here and now a little bit there and now a little bit here and so forth. It kind of just starts flowing, and it keeps the energy in balance, what I'm feeling, because there's this feeling of like wanting to do it all. Wanting to do it all. I'm gonna clarify this Knight of Swords because it's just a little bit off energy. Yeah, King of Cups, so that's why. Now I get it. You're proving something. You're trying to prove something. You like somebody. For some of my Leos, you like someone. You're like, look at me. I can do this and I can do that. And I am this too and I'm that too. And you really are. There's not one thing that's lied about that, But it's okay. It's okay. It's like, it's just like, I feel like this energy, I don't, I'm speechless because it's the energy that I'm getting, Leo. It's just like, yeah, I get it. It's like you almost like just giving me a look, and I'm like, yeah, I get it, Leo. I have Venus and Mars in Leo. I get it. You guys are my second house. I get it. I do. So should we just like not talk about it? It's Leo, it's in your energy. I'm like, it's okay. I get you. I get what you're trying to say. I'm not need to tell you about you in this moment in time. Let's just see where we're going with this. Let's see what the advice is when it comes to this. I am really sensing a beautiful equal give and take type of energy, and also that you're not willing to take anything less. It's okay not to always be the one who is holding all the coins up at the same time. You can definitely allow other people to help you, and I feel there's this equal give and take, and therefore you're releasing yourself of some of those fundamental ideas you had about love, or you had about work, or you had about working for a company. It's almost like someone else, something, or an experience, or someone is showing up in your life, and you, because you feel the feels a little bit, or it's maybe reconnecting with someone, this could also be that you feel the feels, and therefore this protector, this leader, this thing that then comes about within you wants to take the center stage and this other person like, no, it's okay, we can like stand on the stage together, you don't need to carry all of the load. I mean, I can carry my load, you carry yours, and together we carry our load, and we like just help each other out, and we just let this energy equally flow between the two of us. And you're like, wait, now I kind of have to like go back into this boat because how is it so that that is like a possibility in this way, you know? And you're opening yourself up to equality. It's beautiful. Look at that. With the Six of Cups as well. I'm gonna get an outcome card. Ooh. I guess I'm not. It wanted to come out anyway. Like, how dare you put me back into that pile? You have the Hierophant with the Six of... Oh, it's so beautiful, Leo. You're gonna be celebrated for all your qualities, man. People really underestimate Leos, and yes, sometimes it's because you guys can really be very loud in the jungle and it's raw, you know, a little intimidating. But at the same time, it comes from a place of protection. It comes from a place of love and feelings of like, I'm hearing a feeling of duty, like, you know, it's a sense of pride. It's not ego, it's pride. You pride yourself to be a loving, helpful, strong individual in people's lives, and solid individual. And I'm sensing that you're getting a sense of recognition for something that was the reason that certain things was off balance. So for example, you grew up feeling really insecure about something, you know, I'm not gonna give you an example, but like there might be something that actually made you work a little bit harder in this area or in that area, because you had a belief system that in this thing or that thing, that feature about yourself, that, you know, thing that you couldn't do so well, you felt like the need, if I compromise it on the other side and I just do that really, really well, then, you know, balances out. I feel like you're reconnecting with a part of yourself, and you're looking at it again, and you're like, you know what? Why do I believe that? Like, what? That's not even really true. I am actually great at this. I am actually capable. But sometimes we're stuck in this thing for so long that... Sorry, Leos, the camera stopped recording because the charger wasn't in properly, but now it is. So, yeah. So basically, what I was saying was that you forget to check in with that side, and forget to sort of, you know, when it's not necessarily even like what's really true, something that we've maybe been taking on as truth. So let's see, I'm getting a kind of one more outcome card for Leos. Like, you want an outcome card? King of Wands, Leos. King of Wands is the same outcome card as Aries had. I don't know what it is with you fire signs, but it's one of those moons where you're like, oh, I know this one. I can do this one. This one is good for me. It puts me back in a powerful, empowered position. So you're getting like a success. Like, I don't know if it is really, you know, if it's not connected to connecting with someone on a deeper level when it comes to romance. I am seeing like you're getting an outside source, like recognition of like-minded people, of people who are like in the same field as you, and they actually really respect you, and they respect your opinion about things and your experience in things, and things like that. I really do feel that you're getting you know, a form of recognition from people that maybe you've admired at once, that you've looked up to before. So therefore you can look at yourself from a new lens, instead of being a Knight of Wands, you know, I actually are showing up as the King of Wands. So you can see yourself as that king of the jungle, you know, the queen of the jungle. So that's what I'm getting for you, Leo. Thank you so much for listening, and I'm definitely gonna record some new content for my Leos out there soon, so keep an eye out on my channel, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye, Leos. Mwah, you got this. Bye. All right, Virgos, it's your full moon. Let's tune in. Let's see what this full moon has in store for you. We have a first house full moon. What energy is coming through for my Virgos as he is, you know, leading us all towards this full moon? Have faith in your dreams. Have faith in your dreams. That's the card that comes out that wants to crown your reading. Have faith in your dreams. Look at this energy. Do you remember what it feels like when the sun is setting in August and the moon is rising up and it's right before the sun is setting? And you just see all these colors in the sky and the light of all life that has came to life, basically. And just the feeling of anything is possible. Anything is possible. It's that energy of possibilities. And I feel that you are restructuring your mind, you know, your mental capacity, your emotional capacity, your spiritual capacity, your physical capacity to putting yourself in that setting of like, what's next? And putting yourself in a situation where you can actually look beyond limitations and free yourself from limiting thoughts and beliefs and feelings and emotions and things that hold you captive, you know, so you can like open up and look beyond and having faith again in your dreams. Faith is not like, you know, I know exactly what's next and then that step and someone has done that before and so that's gonna work out. And faith is like, I don't know how. If I had to like put it on paper, I wouldn't even know where to begin. But there's just this feeling that I'm getting, and I just have faith that for some reason it will work itself out. I can just feel it, that it's something is happening, something behind the scene is coming, some change, some help will come. And that's that faith, that's that energy. And I feel like reconnecting with that side of yourself is very powerful, because you guys are amazing manifestors first and foremost, you know, especially as the hermit, being able to like tune back in, retreat, align with what you want, align with how you want to feel. Trusting your own abilities, trusting your own wisdom, trusting your own experience, trusting your own healing abilities, trusting your own service, trusting your love, trusting your own companionship, all of those things. And trusting in your own level of faith. And with that, your ability to manifest. I don't know. Some of you get like allergy triggers around this full moon. That's just your sensitivities just being increased. So just be conscious about that as well. Because I'm getting like really itchy, like on the face. Like, I don't know. Some of you may have like some allergy problems. Just be conscious about that. Here we have the 5 of Wands. What are you being allergic to? Let me put it that way. You're allergic to any level of pettiness this week. Any level of, why are we making such a big deal out of this? This is not a big deal at all. Why are you taking up all this space and time and creating drama where there is none? That's something that I'm sensing. You see, you don't want to be dealing with the drama. You just want to free yourself a little bit. Put your headphones on. You're just like, I'm just focused on me for right now. You know, going up on a journey, you're like, there's no competition where I'm heading. Just someone who wants to sort of make something a competition. You're like, girl, I'm not even trying to get that from you. You can have it all you want. I wasn't even trying to get that. I wasn't even really, you know, trying. And this level of like competition. You know, like, you don't have anything to prove. Like, you don't have to prove anything to me. You go ahead, prove things to yourself, but I am not gonna be a pawn in this game. Like, I am definitely focused on me. I want to get myself from rougher waters, like restlessness, into like calmness, and I want to feel good. I want to know where I'm heading. I want to set some new goals. I want to emotionally know where I'm at. I don't want anyone else driving this boat. I'm over that. I don't want somebody to have that level of power over my emotional well-being, my peace, my happiness, my love, my contentment in life. And instead of not giving a F about someone in your surrounding, you're actually going to remove yourself from any level of surrounding where you have to disconnect like that. It's like, no, I just want to be surrounded by that level of peace. I deserve that. I don't need to find always the peace within me and stay inside the chaos in order to be a good person. It's not that. You don't have to, just because you know how to, Virgo. Doesn't mean you have to. Even if it's just for like 2 or 3 days, you're like, I'm gonna book myself a hotel room and you're gonna take care of these kids because you're also a parent. I'm gonna take a couple of me days, and that's what I'm gonna do. You know. If that is what you need, or whatever way, shape, or form, maybe it's just you and your partner, you're like, you know what, I'm taking a girls trip, and that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah. So you can jump high and low, you can be on the bandwagon or not, but this chariot is going to Cancun for 3 days. I'm just saying, it's like understanding like that if you want to be inside of these mind games, blah, 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 you know, all of this, because everybody's going a little bit off. Everybody's trying to grasp whatever they type of security and think they can get this week, because everybody's a little off during this full moon energy. We're first dealing with some Cancer energy, then you come around. Unfair. It's a lot. So it's like, if you want this, there's enough for you to go around if you would like to, like, you know, engage in that energy. But I'm sensing you like, no. That's not how I roll. I am 100% choosing peace over all of that. You see, with the King of Swords, I want to clarify that. If people perceive you as cold and distant, that's because they're not capable of connecting with you at this time. So, you know, sometimes people will, well, a lot of times people will look at you through the lens of how well you are meeting their needs. And so if you're being consistent in you know, giving and providing those needs for them, they see you through a lens of someone who's trustworthy or someone who they value in their life, because you actually add value to them by meeting their needs or something that, you know, you're capable of providing for them. You're giving, they're providing, being provided for, and therefore they look at you through a lens of being consistent, loving, of service, of value in our life. The moment when you take away the providing of those needs, that doesn't automatically mean that you're not that you're not still a caring, loving person who can provide those needs. It's just you decide to focus on investing that into something else. You focusing on yourself. You're like, everybody just needs to be, you know, independent for a little bit. I can't, you know, like, I can't deal with the codependency right now. I mean, obviously, I'm still like me, and I'm not going to, like, you know, not talk to you or be mean or whatever. But I'm also not going to overgive on myself because I'm investing my energy elsewhere. You can tell really, really well whether people are viewing you as a part of, you know, their inner circle, as someone who is one of these 3 people and just focusing on their own thing, or they're looking at you like you are being the King of Swords right now. You can tell really well how people are viewing you and the reason why they're viewing you in a certain way based on what you provide for them. Because it's just something inside of you that's like, I just can't with the overgiving, with the giving into their energy, with them dominating how I'm feeling, how my day is going. It's like I need to be independent in this energy for now. I need to do the things that make me inspire me, make me want to grow, and be around people who are independent, emotionally independent. You know, that doesn't mean that they're not open and not vulnerable, they're not sharing, and that I can't do anything for them. It's not about that. It's about, but if I don't call for 3 days, it's fine. They don't look at me sideways. They just, because they're just, you know, independent people that are out here needing to lean on others in that way. And there's difference in that. You just as much can be a beautiful, loving, giving person if you're not surrounded by just only codependent people. Look at that. Queen of Cups, Ace of Swords. You definitely are cutting it with the sword. It's like, okay. Queen of Cups, if you focus on what makes you happy, what brings you contentment, what brings you happiness. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, Virgo. Honestly. People are trying to make you feel like you are, you know, being a King of Swords based on just you having faith in your dreams, focusing on your dreams, focusing on building, focus on your healing, focus on your inner peace. I mean, where it's off, right? Like when you focus on that, that's when they're starting to like act up and like, you know, be all codependent and, you know, make grand gestures and stuff like that, when actually it's just a, I don't want to call it manipulation, but it's a form of manipulation to manipulate you back into a role that they want you to play. So in order to you provide those needs for them that they are very well capable of providing for their own, if they're just willing to invest into the, you know, healing themselves and getting to know themselves on a deeper level, and, you know, exploring some of their own gifts and talents and strengths. So you're not doing anything else but giving yourself the opportunity to grow, and with that, others the opportunity to grow themselves. Okay, I'm gonna get one more outcome card from this deck. Gonna get an outcome card for Virgos. Beautiful. You get the Queen of Cups twice. Well, god damn it. You have the outcome Queen of Cups. You will be double happy. Like double up. Like double it just a little bit more. I love this. Go do that. Have faith in your dreams. Make it happen. Follow your passions. Follow what brings you bliss and makes you feel like, I'm right on the edge of this cliff, but I don't care. I'm having fun. I'm having fun. Well, that's good. Have some fun this week, Virgo. You definitely deserve that. Okay, focus on you. It's a you moon, so focus on that. Focus on expressing yourself in new ways. Whether that is, you know, your ideas or your inspirations or your emotions or what you've been up to, just expressing yourself from a new way. Whether it's the way you dress, the way you know, show up, your hobbies or things, like work on that. All right. Thank you so much for letting me read for you, Virgo. Sorry, my throat chakra is inflamed. But anyways, I'm sending you lots of love and have a great week. Okay, I'm gonna move on to Libras. All right, Libra. I almost wanted to like switch you guys around. Like I almost wanted to, when I finished Leo's reading, I almost wanted to jump into your reading for some reason. I don't know what that is all about. Were you jumping on a Leo? No, I'm kidding. Hey, Libra, you have a 12th house moon in Virgo. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna just shuffle it one time. Libras. I'm gonna give that some rest. The 8 of Cups energy. And I would like a Moonology card for Libras first. Okay, Libra. We're working our way up towards your full moon of this year. And that is actually a lunar eclipse in your sign. So 100% I feel like this moon is like sort of a start of this journey towards your own eclipse energy. I feel like you're gonna get a lot of clarity and a subconscious clarity. These are things that are playing out in the background and are influencing things on the foreground. If that's a word, I guess. But not really being able to correct the code because it's subconscious programming, and I feel like you're gonna get a lot of answers when it comes to that. You have a personal issue reaches a resolution, the full moon in Cancer. Then you have a cardinal moon, which is, you know, you're a cardinal sign as well. Be bold and make the first move. And then you have the end of a tough cycle approaches with the Capricorn full moon. So you have a lot of, you have 2 full moon energies, and then you're like in the middle of the moon sign, which is the cardinal moon. So you're definitely ending a cycle with this last full moon energy before your own eclipse comes in. You have 2 eclipses this year. You're the only sign who has 2 eclipses this year, because Aries has to, let me see. Yes, Aries has to share it with Pisces, because, you know, in 2025 we're actually moving North Node signs again. So, but we'll talk about that later. Let's just first focus on the here and the now. So you have this full moon is coming up, and then you have a new moon solar eclipse on October 2nd. So between like now and October, you're going to do a lot of this. A lot of like releasing, walking away, seeing the truth, seeing for what it is, deciding to stay, to take it with you, or to go without. So I'm hearing it's long overdue. It's long overdue that you make all of this space for you and what makes you happy. And what has kept you from feeling at peace, from feeling connected, from feeling content and passionate. Here we go. Beautiful. Again, you have a very strong connection to Cancer energy as well. The Judgment, here you have the Chariot, you have the Knight of Cups, you have the Eight of Wands. You're ready to take some make some moves and take some actions. So I feel when it comes to Judgment and you've learned the lessons you're learning, you gain the perspective from the lessons that you were learning, and like, what is that actually what you needed to, what's the intel, what is the truth, what is the wisdom that is connecting the dots and actually is the reason why certain things showed up and certain things needed to change, and you needed to release yourself from certain situations. Chariot is here with a Knight of Cups and the Eight of Wands. So I really feel that when it comes to this energy, I'm sensing like you guys are just wearing your heart on your sleeves. You're like, I'm just going to speak from the heart, however you feel. That's what I'm hearing. I'm just going to say however you feel. Why not? I'm just going to be real, going to be honest. I'm going to be supportive. If I love something, I'm going to leave a comment and say, oh, I love this. Did a great job. You're just going to express yourself from a place of love, but just like you're wearing it on your sleeve. You're not in for like the mind games, and then I like have to then I shouldn't reply for like 2 hours because then they're like, wait on me, and I shouldn't be the one who's texting first. It's like you don't even think about it. Just like you want that authentic like connections with people, whether it's friendship or, you know, just support, work, whatever. Want to just be real. You just want to be you without the limitations of like, I don't want to come off too strong. It's like, no, it's like if you come off too strong by just being excited, just being by nice, then it's not the right person. It's not the right job. Then it's not the right opportunity. And that's kind of sort of what you're gaining more and more perspective on. You're like, I'm so done with recreating myself and you know, to be the perfect fit for that opportunity, for that person. I just want to be me. Be loving, be real, be open, be transparent, and therefore be a good fit. That doesn't mean that you can't, you know, have different versions of you and different versions of levels in that, of course, you know, like you're not going to hang out as casually with a colleague that you just get to know, if, like, you know, it's like the try on want. Then if you would be like with your person, or with a really good friend that you've known for 15 years, it's different type of fun, it's different type of level of comfortability you have with that. But nevertheless, it comes from a place of, I'm just a Knight of Cups, I just have a love, and I just like to just come from this place, and I just like to express, and I love to communicate, and I love to send messages and receive messages, and just, it's that energy. All right, what else for Libra for this full moon in Virgo energy? What else for Libras? There we go. Justice. Yep. Of course you do. Of course you show up. Look at that. Very strong, very powerful. Yes, you are both. You are definitely Justice, and you are also the King of Swords. But it's fair. It comes from a place of fairness. What is this? It's just passion, like you're following. I don't know, some of you are really literally going to meet someone that you met online, and you're like, I don't know, like, it's not really. Some of you even like overseas, like you've maybe been talking a lot with this person, but you live very far away, and it's like, I'm gonna book this flight and I'm gonna go see that person. I don't know, I just wanna do it. And I don't know, this is for some of you. For others of you, it's like you have like a little getaway or something, and then you meet somebody and like, oh, you know, I feel feels. I feel the feels. This could also mean that, I'm going to clarify this Page of Swords because it's so vague right now. High Priestess and the Two of Pentacles. Yeah, you're juggling. Some of you are coming out of a relationship. You're not really completely there yet, and you kind of slowly started talking to someone else already online. There might be some layover. This might have been to do with the other person. Maybe you're talking to somebody online. You're passionate. You have fun. You know, you have same interests and stuff like that, and like messages go back and forth, and you're being open and transparent and all of that, and they figure out they maybe are still like getting a divorce or going through separation, and so therefore you got to trust your intuition whether you are actually being, you know, getting a fair shot here. Is this person just holding up two things at the same time, or is this actually really just an overlay and you can't help but this is a timing of meeting? They already decided that they didn't want to continue the relationship before they actually started talking to you, so it is just a matter of circumstance, not a matter of choice of circumstance. There's a difference in that, because if you're married and you have no inspiration of like ending that marriage, but here you are acting single online talking to other women, then that's a situation based on choice, you know. Death and Nine of Cups. Anything you release, that's the thing I'm feeling. Look at that. You also have the Ten of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Anything you release because you feel like, I do not feel respected, I do not feel seen, I do not feel like, you know, you treated me with the love and respect that I deserve. Anything you leave out of the energy of that is instantly going to make you feel so much better. That's what I'm feeling. Normally it might take a little bit longer. Normally you would like doubt yourself. You're not really sure. Am I making the right choice? Am I like doing this too quickly? Am I supposed to like overthink this a little bit more? It's like, no. You know? In Dutch we have a saying, like almost like this. Well, you know, done. Over. Good. Good riddance. Good riddance. Good riddance. Goodbye. Brush your shoulders off, you know? Like that. I love this. I love this energy because you have the Death card and you're like super chill about it. You're like, okay, well, you know what? I still got my 9 cups. I'm good. I am good. So whatever is transforming, whatever is leaving your life and creating space for the new, it's like you're trusting it. It's like you have like this unwavering type of feeling of faith. Makes you feel really, really good. 10 of Cups, like I said. You're like, I know my worth, and I'm not going to settle down for less, and I'm going to attract the right type of partnership for me. Whether it's work, whether it's friendship, whether that is a partnership romantically, you know, you're just being really clear about that. All right, Libras, that's your message for this full moon. I hope that was helpful. Thank you so much for listening. Please check out your other placements if you haven't already. And I'll be back soon with some Libra content. All right, mwah. Bye, Libras. All right, Scorpio, let's tune in. Let's see what this full moon in Virgo has for you. For you, it's connecting to your 11th house. That's your officially the house of friendships. It's people around you. Full moon in Sagittarius energy is coming up, and they're asking you to look at the bigger picture around this time. Look at the bigger picture. Some of you are just caught up in the details here and there and just feel really overwhelmed by everything, you know, all the small details that it takes to get this done. But look at the bigger picture. Why are you doing this? Why are you investing time? Why are you trying to make it work? Why are you trying to reach something? And just hold the vision of the bigger picture. That sometimes also means that we need to take a couple steps back from actually, you know, being engaging into the smaller details. So for example, when you are planning, I don't know, a birthday party, let's just keep it easy and light. You're planning a birthday party and the birthday is like 3 weeks away and you have like all kinds of small details and stuff. Just take 2 days off. Just really 2 days, not thinking of, well, hardly, if there's maybe one phone call or something, but that's it. You have some time to, like, you know, push it forward just a little bit. Just focus on the bigger picture, which is the fact that you're gonna have to fix this birthday party in a couple weeks is like the bigger picture. That by itself, you know, that's the goal. But right now, not focusing too much on like all the nitty-gritty details, which is hilarious because we're dealing with the sign, the full moon energy of Virgo, which is the sign of details. But maybe that's the thing. Maybe right now the details are getting us way too entangled into even smaller details and then details about that, and it's just too many different lines of energy, you know, strings of energy like pulling at you. It's good to just take a breath and just take a break for a little bit. Let's see what else is coming through for you. What else is coming through for you? Five of Pentacles and the Hermit. So that definitely is saying a lot. You know, it's definitely connected to like looking at the bigger picture. Sometimes when it comes to certain friendships, and if you, you know, focus on the 11th house energy for you, it's like, you know, sometimes when it comes to friendships, yes, there are good days, there are like not so good days, there are like amazing moments in your friendship and like not so great moments in your friendship. And overall, you know, the one weighs out the other. But I do feel that there has been a specific person that you just really, you need some space from. And it's not necessarily because they did this big thing to you. This could have happened, but I'm not sensing that that's for a really big group of you guys. But maybe they really are going through something. And the friend that you are, you kind of just want to be there, you want to show up, but you also feel like maybe you don't know how to make it so that you can do everything that normally you may have want to, or that you just don't know how to help them, and therefore it constantly feels like coming up short, whether it's you feeling like you coming up short in the friendship, or that they're coming up short in your life because of the fact that, you know, they're either dealing with something, going through something, they're not really completely in their best sense of self, and therefore the relationship, the friendship is like, you know, under attack a little bit because of that. They saying like, no, just focus on yourself for a little bit. Just give it a rest. Give it a rest. Anything that makes you feel like neglected or left out or not seen or feeling, you know, any type of that energy right now in this week, they're letting you know, like, just take a break. You know, when you close the laptop, it's not completely shut off, but you're just not focusing on it for now. So it's on standby. you know. You just close it up. It's like, yes, it's still running in the background a little bit, but we're now not gonna like have it on. You know, we just keep it on standby and we're just gonna focus on something else. So that is to gain clarity, to know what to do, especially if like, I got all these feelings and I have no answers. I got like questions on questions. It's not necessarily what has to be playing out right now, but if that is the case, then letting you know, take a break. Also when it comes to like focus on finances and wanting to fix things, and maybe you're dealing with a lot of budget things, for example a wedding, or you know, building a house, constructing whatever, like things, big projects with a lot of different finances involved and a lot of budgeting. Like take a break, just take a break, give it a couple of days, like, you know, I'll get back to you in a couple of days. Woo, 8 of Cups. Okay, you got a lot of cards. I'm gonna just take these because I do not want to clarify too much with this deck. Okay, you have the 5 of Swords, the King of Cups, the Moon, the Fool, and the 8 of Pentacles. Yeah, because I'm seeing that there's just things in it, and like you have the Moon, and then you have the 5 of Swords with the 5 of Pentacles. It's like your mind may take, you know, take you places, and it might be some thoughts based on, you know, love and hope and fear of sorry, faith, but then also really like fear and failure and like, oh, I'm afraid, and like, you know, doing it out of a place of trying not to lose it, or trying not to end something. And it's not necessary, even though there's a side of us that really believes that it's very necessary, and it really has like this deadline, and it really is impossible, and they're really gonna leave us if we're not responding right now, or not giving an answer. No, anything that forces you right now to really be that and do that when it's not the right timing for you, clearly, it's not for you anyway. So of course we can't stop our lives, and doesn't mean that you don't have to make a decision here and there this week. It's not like, what do you want to eat tonight? I'm ordering right now. Well, I'll get back to you next Tuesday because I decided I'm not making any decisions this week. You know, of course there will be, but when it comes to like how you're feeling about someone, how you're feeling about things, what is still possible, and like, you know, which is like big decisions, big talks, all of that. Don't rush right now, because you don't have all the answers, you don't have the incomplete insight, but they will come. It's very like, it's around the corner, it's coming. But it's coming by not forcing yourself and focusing on the things that make sense. Focusing on the things that come natural. Focus on the things that bring you joy. Focusing on your abundance. You know, but also really nurturing yourself. Taking care of yourself. You don't know if a conversation with someone is gonna create more conflict or actually more peace. You don't really know, but you do know that if you take like a nice bath and you like take good care of yourself, and you wash your hair and you know, all of that, like the next day you're gonna feel like better about yourself. Then there's more, like there's things and places where you can invest into that, no, like, you know, you're gonna feel better. Like if you cook very healthy food, you eat healthy all week, you're gonna feel a lot better the week after than you would if you only ate junk food. It's just the truth. It's like, it's, you know, common sense in some way, shape, or form. Okay, so one more outcome card for Scorpios, please. One more outcome card for my Scorpios. The Star card. Yep, you're getting close to your fulfillment, because the thing is, all of this is leading you into getting the actual answers, not the, oh, it fits for now, oh, it makes things now better for now, oh, now I'm not, you know. It's like, it's the truth. You're getting closer to the truth, but like a lot deeper. That's why it takes some time. That's why it's not like, you know, let's figure it all out right now. Now it's like, I'm taking the details that make sense. I take that in. I'm looking at the bigger picture. I am still here, but I'm not going anywhere. But I'm also definitely not going to force myself to be something that simply I'm not right now. And that's it. I do what I can. Right? You do what you can. But you're doing very well. The Star God and the Empress. You know what you're doing. Ace of Truth. Speak your truth. Speak your truth. Beautiful, Scorpio. All right, I'm gonna move forward with Sag reading. Thank you so much, Scorpio, for tuning in. I will create some more content for you guys again, so stay tuned, and thank you so much for listening. Also check out the other placements if you haven't already, or you know, maybe you don't have any other placements than Scorpio. Could be. Then thank you so much. All right, bye. Hey Sag, let's jump into your reading. Let's see what's coming up for you. 10th house energy. Career. It's the house of career. House of Capricorn energy. Your 2nd house energy. Now it's a Virgo. So it's your 10th house. Let's focus on the Virgo full moon for you. What Moonology card wants to come out for my Sagittarius? Wow, how beautiful your new moon in Sag is showing up and say luck is on your side. Luck is on your side. So that's a very positive card to start off with. Let's see. What is showing up for Sagittarius for this full moon in Virgo? What is coming true? All right. You gotta have to trust something to work out as well. That's probably why they're letting you know. First card out is the Virgo card. So the Hermit. Understanding that it's very important with what light you shine up on. Where you shine light upon, and with what type of lightning, like light, you shine upon things. That's like 2 things to be very conscious about. If we're coming from a lack mentality, like things just never really work out for me, and here we go again, and it's like another no, and it's like not working out, and I've been trying to find this job, and it's like you know, that energy. Obviously the chances are bigger that you find more things to feel similar about. You're very strong in manifesting. You're a very strong manifester, but also when it comes to how the world makes you feel and what feelings you receive from the world around you. But luck is on your side, so the Hermit is here to show you something. Let's see what this full moon is trying to show you, Sag. What is it trying to show me, Sagittarius? What is it trying to make you aware of? 7 of Swords, 2 of Swords, 10 of Cups. So I'm gonna get 2 more cards. I got 2 more cards, please, for Sagittarius. Thank you. Wow. Wow. Oh Lord. I was already like, I was being confused. I was like, I can sense this. I could sense this energy for you, like this 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles, like, you know, rainbows, good feels, luck, and winning, and then this shows up. So that's why I felt the need, like I'm pointing it out, like it's very important what you focus on and what you're calling up on in your surrounding. I feel there's just something that is not sitting right with you. And I want to clarify that for some reason. There's something that's not sitting right with you that's putting you in this position. The Moon, the King of Wands, and the Chariot. Oh, okay. So something that hasn't really... There's a piece to the puzzle that's missing. That's why it also showing you, like, go within, go look within. Because there's a blockage around this for you. Like, you know, moving to the next stage, having things work out for you. And they want to show you within, because somewhere within, and they're showing it up with the Swords energy. So that's like a mental blockage, like the way you look at things. But I feel with the Moon card, the King of Wands and the Chariot, you tapping into a part of you that you've kind of disconnected from. And as a Chariot, that's like looking at the possibilities. This is very like cardinal energy. And it's like, let's go for it. Let's make it happen. Like go. And like, you know, you as the King of Wands. And I swear to God, for Leo and Aries, the King of Wands has shown up. So for you, there's something about this moon that's activating the fire, the passion within you. You also have the Ace of Wands coming through, Sag. So that by itself, it just empowers a part of you. But you're gonna have to look for it with this, you know, Virgo energy. Like we go and we look within and we find and we reawakening something within ourselves. You gotta go look for some answers. You gotta go look for some switches to like, boop, 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 you know, change some inner settings. It's like it's all on off, and we need some of them to like flip up. It's there. It's your inside. It's inside of you. It's your internal compass and organization system is what I'm hearing, which is a very interesting word to use in this context, but just what it is. The Moon, the Chariot, the King of Wands, and then you move here. But I still want to know how to correct the code here. What is this? What is this? Why? Oh. Because those are the 2 swords. I feel you have to put something right. Put something straight. There's an incomplete story. Something is incomplete. Something is like, yeah, you did like most of the work, but then it's like till these 2 of swords. And now they're getting back at you, or now they're turning against you. What is turning against you? Something is turning against you. Or these 2 swords. It's like you did the work. You have the 5 swords and you left 2 behind. But these two of swords actually put you in a overthinking stage. Like something that was blocking going with the flow. Like how natural that you guys are with that. The way you manifest from constantly interacting with your surrounding. It doesn't have to be a person, but it's your surroundings, like what you surround yourself by and what type of environment you go. You move from one environment to another, to another, to another. And therefore you have this, you know, back and forth and interaction with this energy, and it awakens stuff within you. But there was something that was holding you back. And you're overcoming that, because this is like victory over a situation, and it's making you feel pretty damn like good again. It's like a masculine awareness, like awakeness, but also the creativity that comes with that. Because there's a feeling of like, oh, nothing, like there's this, when a masculine feels appreciated and, how to put that, the masculine side within us, if it is feeling appreciated and not afraid to step up and lead, because the leadership is welcome, the leadership is being appreciated by others, that their part within themselves is getting reawakened, and then they get all excited about it, or basically on how it makes them feel. It makes them feel good about themselves in a healthy way, not in a, like a, you know, an egotistical way or just ego way. It's something else, you know. A lot of times they say like certain type of man, not all men, but like a certain type of man, and I'm talking gender, they thrive really well when they feel like their presence is like needed in some way, shape, or form, like they are adding something to the situation, and really in the thing that they can do and they can provide. It doesn't always have to be like, you know, the typical male woman, male type of, you know, role play. It's not so black and white. I'm just saying, when a man has that certain type of man, okay? I want to keep this one general, just so you know. Certain type of man, and they feel appreciated or needed in some way, and their presence, you know, is adding something to the table that only they can bring to that table, it just brings about this fire, and therefore they get inspired or doing more, finding more things that they can add to it, and their input is welcome. If their input is not welcome and not really needed and kind of overrated, what happens, they become passive, because that's their fuel. When they feel like I'm doing something right, I'm adding something, I'm providing either love, I'm either you know, a helping hand, I'm providing something, I'm bringing something to the table. If they feel that they're not, no matter what they try, they will not be in any way, shape, or form, they could just easily be replaced by someone else. They become passive, because that fuel, you know, if you don't put fuel in a car, what happens? It doesn't move. Not gonna move. You know, unless it's an electric car, but you know what I'm saying. It's like, it's nice, it's working. It's not particularly anything wrong with the car and the mechanics of it. It just needs fuel in order to run. You know? So I'm getting that you've been cutting yourself off some fuel. And you're looking at it, you're like, oh. I see. Yep. I know. For some of you, there's a form of guilt. You might feel really guilty about something that maybe wasn't even really your mistake or your fault, but you felt like you should have, could have, would have, you know, and you're letting go. There's something that it's the moon, so you haven't really completely figured it out yet, or you haven't figured out how to undo it, but you will. You have victory over that, and it's just gonna allow this thing to like play out for you with the Ten of Cups, Ten of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, King of Pentacles. Oh, we don't even need to talk about that. That's all good. And then some, okay? All right, my beautiful Sag. I have no idea how long this reading was. I was just really getting into the nitty-gritty of it, which is definitely, as a Virgo moon myself, what I like to do sometimes. I hope it was helpful. I hope it clicked for you. Please feel free to watch your other placements if you have some. Other ones still left than Sag. I will create some content for Sag soon again, and I love and appreciate you guys. Mwah! Bye. I'm going to move on to Capricorns. All right, Capricorn, moving on to your messages for this full moon in Virgo. Keep on saying Libra, I don't know why. It's probably like eclipse is coming up next month. So for you, Capricorn, this full moon is in your 9th house. That's a lovely house. You're going to maybe get some downloads and some insights from a different perspective. This is literally, this could have something to do with someone who is living overseas, some culture overseas, and therefore maybe, you know, you have some connection to it. It might be like you have roots in a different country, but you're actually, you know, currently living in a totally different country, and therefore there might be some connection to that, and maybe some realizations, and maybe also like letting go of certain belief systems that maybe are really like, you know, were like strongly connected to your day-to-day when you were living overseas, for example, or like in that other country, but not so much in this country. Really looking at things from a different perspective, from a higher perspective, and having that insight really can bring about a lot of clarity and yeah, freedom is what I'm feeling. I feel this full moon for you guys really about setting yourself free from something. They're saying the full moon in Pisces energy, balance, spirituality, and practicality. Balance, spirituality, and practicality. Be bold and make the first move, Capricorn. Those are the two Moonology cards that want to come true for you and wants to, you know, crown your reading. I'm gonna pick up some tarot for you and see what that is bringing out for you for this full moon. Let me see. All right. Messages for my Capricorns. I just actually I just recorded your 2024 reading, so I'm still, you know, I'm first gonna upload that, so that will be out first, but your energy is still very much heightened in this space today. You have the beautiful 10 of Cups. Wow. I love that. So this is setting yourself free from something. Also, when it comes to like making the first move, I mean, I know your reading will be up first. I just don't know if you're gonna watch this first or your own, 2024 reading. But we can't escape this. I've already sent this in your reading. I try to like constantly like sort of move it elsewhere, but it's like, no, we're gonna talk about this. Ten of Cups, Knight of Wands. You're very determined. Very determined to make some changes in especially your private areas of your life. Your private areas. I'm sorry. I'm just very goofy after all these readings. I've picked up way too much energy and I'm just like out here right now. That's why I hardly record like all the signs in like one go. It's so much energy that is sort of like bleeding into one another. But I'm picking up some Gemini energy from you guys. This is the giggly energy I have with Gemini for some reason. So there might be a Gemini in your energy that you might be connected to, or you might be up to something. Like maybe the two of you are like going off, like have a girls' night or whatever, or maybe it's a Gemini person of interest. But I feel like you are determined, and you're determined to gain your Ten of Cups. You're like, I will not settle for anything else. I'm just going to focus there. I'm going to manifest. I'm going to do this. I'm going to make it happen. Be bold and make the first move. Well, you are definitely bold. And moving towards the Ten of Cups, which is a feeling of contentment, emotional happiness, overall abundance. This is not about living happily ever after, because, life is, as long as we're breathing and we're inside of this physical body as souls, having a human experience, it will come up with ups and downs. But it's about feeling that your internal being and your home and the house and the people that you share that with, those are the ones on the boat with you who will ride the storms. You will ride the storms together. If you constantly feel that inside that home, inside that, Ten of Cups energy is constantly, that is soaking up all your energy, keep that boat afloat. Yeah, probably it's time to move on or make some changes in that. But that's what your determination lays. You have the Ten of Wands. As the advice with the Temperance, the Devil, and the Ace of Pentacles. You show up again. You showed up in your own reading for 2024 and you show up again. And I'm having like hardly any cards out on the table right now. So what it really shows me is that, first and foremost, sometimes we have to ask ourselves the questions, do we want love? Do we want love and commitment and connection, or do we want that person? Because the moment where we start to make somebody become that thing that we want, become, or take the role that we want them to take, when that's not, what they're capable of being, neither of the two will benefit from that eventually. Kind of just with a lot of work. You can maybe look like it's something, but it's, build on quicksand is what I'm feeling. So you're becoming very well aware that just to achieve something doesn't mean that you always have to work so hard. That it always had to take everything you got in order to gain some level of result. So I'm feeling that you have a very healthy outlook, or you're gaining a very healthy outlook on love, connections, relationships, family and friendships, and the people who are close to you, and all of that, and how you show up, being of service and all of that. You're gaining a different perspective on that if it's really taking so much work to get some level of reciprocity or balance and harmony, then you're like, I'm not gonna do that anymore. I can make anything work with the amount of work that I can put in, but what I'd rather do is invest that in me and my balance and my healing and my harmony and just being the best version of myself. And therefore I have something grander to offer, and someone who's really ready to receive that thing that I then have to offer will receive that openly and will reciprocate that. I don't have to make them believe that they're worthy first, and then I can give it to them. It's like you just don't want to do that anymore. If someone isn't ready to receive, then someone isn't ready. That means they have work to do. And even though sometimes we want to do the work for them, we want to make them ready, we want to make them believe in themselves or they're worthy of love. No matter how much love you pour into it, if they don't believe it themselves, it's gonna drain you. And sometimes, of course, we can help in certain areas and we can help for a little bit and we can inspire them to do that inner work, of course. But it shouldn't cost you everything in order to give something or something to be received as. So you're gaining a clarity on that. 5 of Wands, 9 of Pentacles, the Lovers, the Temperance, the Empress. Wow. And here we have the 3 of Wands with the 9 of Wands. So yeah, you have a lot of experience and you can trust on that, Capricorn. You gain a lot of perspective and experience from a lot of different situations in your life. And it's just life experience. And you gain wisdom from that. And you can trust that. And you also know is that pouring into your own cup and taking care of yourself is not a crime. It's not selfish. It's not something that's, ego driven. It is okay not to completely self-sacrifice, even though you could give more, that you're choosing to keep that for yourself. Really reforming a new outlook once again. A really fresh perspective, which is this full moon is just only assisting you to do. It's not something new. It's not something you haven't already activated. It's just assisting you in it. It's like, hey, I've seen you doing this work. Here you have this and that epiphany. And therefore you get a lot further in your journey that you were already on. This is an consistent healing and growing. You're growing. But Capricorn, you've grown so much. I already said that just earlier on in your other reading. But the Lovers is here as well. It's like you're making decisions from a healthy standpoint. By understanding yourself. Understanding that, yeah, you're very well capable of self-sacrificing yourself in a situation. And for a lot of times, like for a long time, it doesn't even feel like a wrong thing to do. And then you can even talk yourself into feeling obligated to continue to do it. You can. Doesn't mean you always do. Doesn't mean you ever done it. I'm just saying you have the ability. And if you have a certain upbringing and it wasn't, in any way, shape, or form stimulated to have that point of view and, to put yourself higher on the rank instead of all the way at the bottom. Yeah, it's a long journey to overcome it, but it's not impossible. 100%. You can reach that. And there's just so much beauty around you, so many good things around you. Do not put that life on hold in order to keep something around. I don't really think you will, but I just wanted to, say it. And the full moon in Virgo just wanted to say it. But you got this. You got this. You're doing very well. Just continue this journey. It looks so good. So good. All right, Capricorn. Thank you so much for listening. Please feel free to check out your other placements as well. Timestamps are below. And yeah, if you haven't seen your 2024 reading yet, it's on the channel because I'm not right now while I'm recording this, but it will be out before this one, so it shall be on there. Okay, Capricorn, I love you, and I'll talk to you soon. Don't worry, I'll talk to you soon. Aquarius, how you doing, Aquarius? Let's tune in. I am working on. I knew I was gonna talk a lot. I like your Can I talk? Your 2024 reading is still on my list. I just recorded the Capricorn one, and yours is still on my list. I don't know if it's out before this one comes out. We'll see how that's gonna go. trust the timing of that. But so I have to be very conscious about this reading, because you know, I don't want it to turn into the reading I still have to do for you guys. So I'm just gonna focus on full moon in Virgo. Full moon in Virgo. It says a new romantic cycle begins with the new moon in Libra. They say don't let pride get in your way. Surrender to the divine, and you're very close to achieving your goal. You're very close to achieving your goal. So overall, instantly this, oh, you know, this energy is like popping up. You have the full moon is in your 8th house energy. So rebirth and transformation and change, and also, you know, intercourse and stuff like that. So definitely has to do with like passion and connection, and you in relation with other, but not in like, you know, necessarily the full on romantic side of it, more of like the physical connection, you know, the tension, the frequency of that is inspiring other things within yourself. So they're letting you know that something is on its way. Something is on its way of showing you that you are making so much more progress than you might, you know, to believe to be true right now. And if you allow the outside world to reflect your inner worth at the moment, it's almost like you put yourself outside of the game, because it hasn't shown up in the physical world. For a lot of you, it hasn't shown up. Some of you have really been trying to manifest a partnership. You've been trying, you know, to work on yourself and open up and, you know, get ready for a partnership. And then maybe just because this person hasn't shown up yet, or maybe you have like done some speed dating and just there was no one there, that it doesn't mean that you're very close on meeting a person, even though right now it feels further away than it ever did. Because, you know, for example, this, if you feel like, you know, I want to start dating again, I want to meet somebody, you might feel like if I go to like a speed dating thing, that's where I'm going to meet someone, and that's, you know, where something's going to start. It feels like a close option. Something that's close, it's reachable. If I do this, then that's going to happen. Or then I'm like super close. And because you still have that option, very close, haven't tried it out yet, but have a feeling like there's the resolutions over there. And then when you step into that space that's like super close to where you are at, and you feel like it's not bearing that result, what it does sometimes is actually putting us way beyond than if we just kept it as an open option and an open mind and not really putting any expectations on it. And when it comes to pride, sometimes that's what we do, and we put in certain type of expectations on. If we put ourselves out there in that way and we're not getting this type of result back in that moment, in that instant, sometimes we allow it to reflect back to our self-worth, and it actually fucks with our confidence, you know, and it stops the energy flow there. So they're letting you know, like, hey, whatever you're seeing on the outside world, whatever is reflected back to you, whatever is working out, whatever will allow you, and all of that, do not let it reflect back on your inner worth, or that what you're working on, your projects, the worth of your projects, and all of that. Like, because you're very close to achieving your goal, and you gotta surrender to the divine timing. You just keep doing you. You just keep putting yourself out there. You could keep working, keep being inspired, keep creating, keep opening up, having conversation, getting to know people. You're closer than you think you are to achieving your goal. You gotta trust that you are. That's why I say surrender to the divine. Trust in the divine. Don't allow your pride to get in your way, to tell you stories that aren't true, you know, and to not believe in this manifestation. Because when this manifestation comes around, you already felt like, I'm not worthy, I'm not going to receive it. So then it shows up and you don't trust it. So that's one of, you know, side of the coins. Okay, I'm gonna tune into the tarot to see what else is coming through with this full moon of Virgo. An 8th house full moon isn't always the easiest, but it is the one who's like capable of getting us unstuck. There's the Eight of Cups, walking away, opening up. Eight of Swords, like you just gonna have to like free yourself. You can free, but you gotta do it. You gotta walk away. You gotta remove yourself from those cups, right? It's like Eight of Pentacles. Like you have the ability, but you gotta put in the time and the energy and work to make it happen and create the Nine of Pentacles out of those 8. So that's a little bit what I'm feeling with this 8th house energy. King of Wands. I don't know if you have some Leo in your chart, but here you go. Here you are, Aquarius. I love that energy. Page of Swords as well. Yeah. Somewhere in the middle of the chaos is your dream, is your purpose, is your purity, and it's just surrendered by too much earth. Too much earthly energy. Too much focus on the result in the physical world, and therefore it's just blocking you. Yeah, Four of Cups, told you. It's blocking you. What else? Interesting. Okay, one more card for Aquarius. One more card for Aquarius. Thank you. Yep, I was talking about the Eight of Pentacles and in form of this Five of Swords energy I was talking about in the pride getting in your way. I know it's really hard to balance between these two energies, Aquarius. I get it. I get it, because you guys are visionaries. So you see something, you can look beyond, you're always 20 steps ahead, you can like really be very forward thinking, but then you have a vision, and a lot of times you're being very limited by what is capable in the here and the now in order to get yourself there, when you kind of sometimes have like 10 years forward thinking. And then, you know, you go to like your boss or whatever, you share those ideas and they're like, you're crazy, like we really can't, that's not going, nah. It's a good idea, but that's not for now. Like, that's like, come back in 5 years, let's talk about it then, because right now we can't even, you know, get people to come in on time. So, you know, it's a little bit like that. And then let's say 4 or 5 years later, they're actually out here doing that thing when they thought like, yeah, well, you know, it's not an option. So being aware or being familiar with knowing that, hey, I have these inspirations, I have these things, but it's like I'm out there like before my time, right? And a lot of times you guys feel that way. You just were like born in the wrong time. Some of you really have like a strong connection to like the 50s or the 70s, the 80s, and feel like, like you know, could also really work the other way around, because maybe in those time periods people were very forward thinking, very open-minded, very like fluid, just let's be fluid, you know, about things. So I feel therefore sometimes it's really hard within yourself to be like, you have a vision, you're so like, look, Star card, that's like the core being of you. It is very in tune, very following the ideas and the inspiration that you naturally gifted. That's a gift that you have that. But if it constantly shows up as in like limitations in the world, and it doesn't really seem to do anything for you, or not in a way that you could envision it to be, and it's not supported, of course you're gonna then focus on earthly success or earthly reassurance and things like that, but actually that takes you away from this energy. So it's doing the opposite that the world is telling you to do, and getting your recognition and getting your sense of accomplishment, sense of success, sense of worth from doing it anyway. Standing firmly, being you, being authentic, being real, not dimming your light, not trying to change things so you can fit in better. It's you. And therefore, the world will respond at one point. Definitely. And you're very close to achieving your goals, but you cannot like lose yourself in the process. Because nothing is worth losing yourself in the process over. No matter how much the world's trying to tell us that is, no. It's like, then you might as well could have sold your soul at the age of 18 and were really struggling for like years and years and years and years in order to like end up with the same result. No. It's not about that. It's like you kept true to your true colors. And of course, sometimes we travel elsewhere and we rediscover our true colors and we recommit to ourselves. But it's important, like, don't lose your vision along the way. Don't forget who you really truly are. Trust the divine, surrender to the divine. And I know that you're fed up with something. You're fed up with someone, something, some people. But the Wheel of Fortune, Six of Pentacles, it's like, you understand that it's about the quality of the acknowledgement instead of the quantity of the acknowledgement. And when you reconnect with that side of yourself and you release your Leo energy, it's your opposite sign. So there are always qualities of that, but it actually is the opposite of you, meaning that if you follow the pathway of the Leos, you will find yourself at the opposite level of feeling like you are achieving something, feeling good about what you're doing. It's like, it's about the quality, Aquarius, not about the quantity. And you will figure it out. You figure it out. You always figure it out. You don't even really need me. It's okay. But I think it's a very clear message by itself. Don't get lost in the hype. Don't let the world tell you who you are, what you can and cannot become and already are, what you should be, what you shouldn't be, what you should be more of, what you should be less of, because it just makes you, it drains you, and it doesn't bring you happiness in the end of the day. Those type of goals you can reach, but doesn't bring a level of achievement with it. Step outside of your comfort zone. That is it. It's a very big part of it, Aquarius, is that you don't belong inside a comfort zone. You just don't belong there. You don't. You can become comfortable with being uncomfortable, but I don't think like the comfort zone is just, it's created for people who are not you. Okay. I'm gonna stop now. Okay. I love you guys. I love you so much. And your 2024 reading, it will be up soon. All right. Bye. All right, Pisces. Let's look what this full moon in your opposite sign, so your 7th house energy, has for you. Let's see what we got going on for Pisces. Ooh, Pisces, I'm feeling you can use some sleep this week. You can use some rest. Just because your subconscious have some stuff to process. So when you sleep, you don't really rest. The difference. Subconsciously, you're working through something. So give yourself some space, okay? Hold your vision. Fixed moon. Hold your visions coming out. Hold your vision. Even though it doesn't matter the switches that you feel between connection to that or not, because emotions might take you up and down a little bit, because like I said, your subconscious is like cleansing itself from something. They want you to know that confidence is your key to success. Hold your vision. Meaning that even if you don't feel ready, if you don't feel the best version of yourself, then still you can hold a level of confidence to know that it's a natural part of life and that you will, get back there. You grant yourself the space to be all versions of yourself. That's what I'm feeling for this full moon in Virgo. What else is coming out for my Virgos? Page of Pentacles, yeah. I got a dollar and a dream. Hold that vision, Pisces. Hold that vision. Beautiful. Four of Swords, I told you. You might need some rest. It's just a little bit you can do. A little bit is more than enough. You have the Two of Cups flying out. Two of Cups, Four of Wands, and this one definitely wants to come out as well. And here you have the beautiful Hermit. He's shown up here and there. And the Chariot. That's probably because we're starting off this week with the moon in Cancer. And the Cancer moon is like, I'm going to take you on a journey. And the grand final will be fireworks with the full moon in Virgo. The ruler of the moon. Or, the ruler of Cancer. I'm sorry, I have to yawn. I'm so sorry, Pisces. I never during readings. But today, I just felt like there was a yawn within me or within you guys. So there's definitely a level of needing some rest, and I'm hearing cat naps. Maybe a little bit of a cat nap. Just naps here and there, just rest for a moment and then get back to it. Get back to it. I feel like what is very important right now is to do the things that that re-energize you. Not because you have to do it, not because it's on your to-do list, not because you've promised someone. It's just like, should we just go out for a park like this afternoon? Should we just get some fresh air? Should we just have a little picnic? Should we just go to the beach? Should we just I know it's not that warm or whatever, but we can put on some thick coats and just go to the beach for a little bit. Just spend some time, just clear our minds and let the water just wash away whatever I'm subconsciously dealing with. I feel like if you go on a little adventure, it sort of re-energizes you. And if you bring about that balance with being the homebody that you could be, but then also sharing those intimate moments with other people in maybe intimate settings. You don't necessarily have to go get lunch a really busy place where you soak everybody's energy when you're in a week where you're super sensitive already. Then it's better to go somewhere in nature when nature, can actually heal and recharge. And it's not really asking a lot of you. It's kind of just there to serve and to help you out. So being conscious of with who and where you spend your time and energy, especially when you decide to come out of this, and go outside. Outdoors is really healthy. It's just where you decide to go. Look at this. I'm hearing this dynamic duo. Why is that coming through? Dynamic duo. What's a dynamic duo? Well, I think Five of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles is the dynamic duo we were looking for. I don't know. How is the bridge between the Five of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles the Fool card? It's when we treasure, and we appreciate all the things you already have. As the level of gratitude, the energy, the frequency of gratitude. Even when you have so many stuff that you don't have, you know, hopefully have your health, which is making you super wealthy. Because some people that have like 300 million in the bank account do not have their health and would give it all away in order to have their health again. You know, especially if it's something that's untreatable. So it's like understanding that it's the way we focus on things and the way we look about things. And yeah, I'm just seeing a different story coming through. Because you're changing your perspective of things. You really are changing your perspective. It's just leveling up. This is one of the weeks where strange things can happen. And you're like, do not ask me how. I mean, you know, your season is here. So that's one of the reasons that, you know, could be one of the reasons. We have that full moon, and then you know your season really starts to roll in. I mean, I know, you know, your season starts tomorrow, but it always takes a little bit of a couple of days to like really settle in. I feel like you're not settling for less. Maybe that's the thing. I like, I don't need to be here. You're making me feel left out all the time. Well, okay, but no, thank you. I do not need to be here or chose to be here, but now I choose not to be here anymore. And that puts you in a lot, like, look at this better energy that you're coming out with. The Hanged One is here with the Seven of Wands. Is that you're getting some insights and some truths. And it's just like, it's boosting your confidence. It's boosting your confidence, definitely. Confidence is the key to your success. Because you're getting these downloads, you're getting these insights, these epiphany moments this week. And you're like, wait a minute. No. Thank you. I do not need this, or I do not want this, and I am over it. Thank you, but goodbye. That's the energy I'm sensing. Are you gonna pick up one oracle card from this deck? You know, it's your birthday season. Don't tell the others. No, I'm kidding. What else coming through for? See? Don't worry, darling. You will find your way with the red rose. Don't worry. You will find your way. You will find your way, Pisces. I see that, and I say the seeker. Could you surrender just a bit more? The all-seeing eye, spirit, and release. Yeah, it's a very spiritual week for you, where with low lows, yeah, but very high highs as well. And so let it just sort of balance itself out, because you will find your way. Overcoming obstacles, finding joy and carefree. And I think that is something that maybe you've been disconnected from. The feeling of joy, feeling of carefree living, moments, joy, sharing. Beautiful. Release, 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 Pisces. I love this. All right, that is all the zodiac signs. I did all the signs. We're finished. All right, all of you have a beautiful full moon in Virgo this weekend on Saturday. I'm gonna sign out here, and I will be back soon with some more content. And I am also, for Pisces, if you're still listening, your 2024 reading is still coming out as well. I appreciate the patience a lot, and I'll be back soon. Mwah! Bye guys. Bye.